Wow, does that sound bad? In this video, I've determined that the idler pulley was bad, and that's what was making all that noise, but the tensioner pulley was also showing some weakness, and I'll demonstrate that as well. When we were putting this vehicle under load, we could tell that the pulley sounds were increasing. This also happened after I put the new alternator in, so maybe there's some additional load with a more effectively operating alternator that caused that tensioner and the idler pulley to go bad, or specifically the idler pulley. Tensioners also start to get weak over time, and you'll see how I measure the difference between the old one with 140,000 miles on it and the new one. There's about a 50% stronger pull on the new one compared to the old one, so it was time for this to be replaced. Notice in this video that all of the pulleys are turning properly without any vibration or run out. So the noise that I was hearing is perceptible only by ear. It's not perceptible by vision. What I used was an automotive stethoscope. I carefully applied it to the bolt that you'll see on the idler pulley, and I could hear the grinding inside, so I knew that that was the problem. But you got to be very careful with that belt rotating. It could be very dangerous putting anything down there, especially something that's attached to your head or your body. To start the belt and pulley replacement, the first thing I'm going to do is give myself some access here because it's extremely tight down there. One of the reasons I'm not so concerned about this is that I'm going to have to replace this coolant reservoir anyway because of this broken nipple that I've indicated in a different video. I need to remove this brace. I've already removed the bolts. I'll take the battery out. This will give me lots of access to get to the pulley section. Get a 1/2-inch breaker bar, apply it to the tensioner where my finger is, and then all you do is pull it back toward the front of the vehicle, and then you can pull the belt off, which I've already done for the alternator. So the squeak turns out to be the idler pulley. You can actually hear the play. There's a lot of play in this. I couldn't tell with it actually attached to the vehicle, but this was what was squealing, so this was going to go at any time, and it was getting louder the more I test drove it. You just got to pull that 15mm bolt out, but again, taking the battery out gives you a lot of clearance to get this done, a lot more clearance, but it's still a tight fit because it's against the fender wall, but it is relatively easy to get out. In this photo, I show how I took torque readings on the two tensioners. The original tensioner, which shows 12.5 kilograms of pull, and the new one, which was 17.3 kilograms of pull. This results in 38% more tension with the new tensioner, which will help with belt slip and belt life. In closing, you want to make sure that you're using a torque wrench to properly torque the idler and the tensioner. Since you're bolting into aluminum on the block, it is very easy to turn these threads and end up having to get a helicoil or some other type of thread repair. So get your torque wrench out, check your torque readings, and make sure the torque is absolutely accurate.